Hi, Ashwin.
How are you?
Ashwin, the markets have been so volatile. And yet, on August the 22nd, some things have happened that I want to talk to you about. I've got them written down here. I noticed that on the 22nd of August, that's Monday, the Dow closed 643 points lower, and the NASDAQ dropped 323 points, and the S&P was down 2.14%. What's happening, Ashwin? It keeps getting worse.
Well, Jesse, you must see this is the event-driven action what we saw yesterday. The market awaits Powell's speech on Friday, 26th August at Jackson Hole, what we call the 2022 Jackson Hole Economic Policy Symposium. And why is the market panicking? Why did the market panic yesterday? Because the market expects the Fed chairman to use hard language regarding inflation. This has brought about the volatility that has been renewed since the last 2 weeks. But again, we did see a 1 month of market up, okay? And this has now been...
Yeah, but the markets keep getting nervous over the smallest thing.
Yes. So let me go into deeper and tell you what is happening here. First of all, Bank of America now warns that the Fed's reaction function has shifted towards bringing inflation down, listen to this, even at the risk of recession. Meaning they have only one purpose now, is to bring inflation down. So you saw the market go up recently, last 2 weeks ago, because inflation dropped to 8.5% from 9.1%. The million-dollar question everybody is asking, which nobody has control over, is this. Will inflation continue dropping from here, or will it go up in the interim? Nobody knows that. No banker can answer that question. But in the meantime, you should not sit down there and lose money or get worried, because there are things to do. So let me continue. Investors, please take note. Bank of America says the Fed is likely to lean against strong incoming data on economic activity and robust labor market conditions, but with more policy rate firming. So does that mean that when the market's coming down because of higher interest rates, keep on increasing interest rates, does it mean that you sit down there and lose money? No, you be proactive. We tell you what to do. So Bank of America,
you know that this program is for retail investors primarily.
Yes.
I know you have private clients with bigger money, but we are talking to retail investors with about 200,000 US, 100,000 US. So money is important to people like us.
But one more thing, money is important, but you have to listen to the professionals, because let me tell you, Jesse, this is a kind of market that is not a broad-based market. Okay, I'll go into that later. Let me continue.
Yeah, hang on. So my question is, all this volatility, all this hyperactivity.
Yes.
What are we to do? This is where your expertise comes in.
I will come to that.
Okay.
What Bank of America says this Friday, the speech, they expect Powell to put emphasis on the following: a slower pace of hikes, a restrictive policy remains appropriate, no quick pivot to cuts. Please understand this. A lot of people in the market think that once recession raises its head, the Fed will turn around and cut rates. Now, that makes the Fed look very stupid, because they're going to turn around and cut rates in 6 months from now. Why the hell did they raise it in the first place? So
I feel that your support and your guidance makes all the difference when people like us have no access to private bankers and lots of expensive research.
Yeah, but I must say something, Jesse. It has got nothing to do, just to add to your question, it has got nothing to do with how much money you have. Whether you have 100,000 or 3 million, we work the same way. We work the same way. We treat a 100,000 client the same way we treat a $3 million client. So actually, your concern is not about money. Your concern is about the maturity of the client, if they can understand and listen to us and handle this volatility professionally. That is the problem.
We need guidance. We need your guidance. We need to enter a mindset where we work in a partnership with an expert. Because this market is too volatile to navigate by ourselves.
So this what Bank of America says. This Bank of America says this. Let me explain why. Bank of America says risk to our outlook are in the direction of a longer expansion and more hikes. Now, my question to you is this. If inflation doesn't drop from here every single month, you will see this market falling every day once again. So you're an investor in the market. Please think out of the box and don't think I buy something, market must go up. I sell something, market must go down. That situation has now changed. Let me explain to you.
So you are saying that it cannot be only one direction. It's got to be parallel. It's got to be multi-directional.
Yeah. Market is no longer one direction like it was 2 years ago. Let me elaborate. Okay. Over the last 2 years, the Fed was printing money into the system and markets were climbing. Every day you see markets climbing. Every week you see markets climbing. Forget that, please. The whole situation has changed. Now, at that time, markets climbing every day, investors did not see the need for hedges. We were getting into arguments with our investors because they didn't see the need to spend money on a hedge. Because markets climbing every day, why should I prepare for a drop? It became nonsensical. Well, let me tell you now. In today's market, if you're in the market as an investor, if you do not have a hedge, and what is a hedge? A hedge is an opposing position where if the market drops, you either make money, okay, or your paper loss does not increase. Understand this very carefully, investors, because a lot of people say, why should I spend money on a hedge? It's a waste of money. No, it is not. Especially now, it is not waste of money. Because like last night, it dropped. Our clients are sitting pretty because we have hedges in place. Their paper loss did not increase much.
So you can't just wait like a sitting duck for the markets to be, choppy.
So that's what I'm saying.
You can't throw yourself out at the mercy of the elements, can you?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying there are two ways to do this now. Number one, do a hedge. Means your paper loss will not increase when the market drops. Number two, okay, take an opposing position if you have extra margin that will make you money when the market drops. Means in this case, when the market drops, your paper loss will actually reduce. Okay? And number three, okay, in this volatile market, like last night, you'll be surprised, Desi, there are still companies that went up in price last night despite the market drop. This is where we come in, the professionals. We know that even though the market is dropping, there were at least 5 companies last night that went up in value. We bought those companies. I will not mention names because we already have a business. Yeah. Last night on a market drop of this magnitude, there were at least 5 companies you could have made 3% each from.
Wow.
Last night alone. So, like I said, 3 things. Number 1, deploy a hedge so that your paper loss will not increase when the market drops. Number 2, if you've got excess capital, please do more hedges so that you will make money when the market drops and your paper loss will be reduced. Number 3, invest in companies that go up despite the main market dropping. I'll give you one clue. The energy sector has performed very well, including natural gas, because oil prices are up. Secondly, there's a natural gas shortage in Europe, a very serious shortage. That's why the Russians have pulled back the natural gas supply. That's caused the natural gas price to go to record high. Okay, so that sector is doing very well. And this morning, the Saudi pound twin says the oil futures market doesn't reflect the tightness in the physical oil market. That's great news, music to our ears, because our oil position, our oil portfolio is prospering. So can you?
I'm smiling because it takes that helicopter view, yes, as well as knowing the details of the moment.
I'm being very modest here. When people say, why should I hire a professional? I tell you in all earnest, this is why you should hire a professional.
Yeah, it's amazing that you can take the helicopter view, yes, and the macro view, and then go, yes, micro with the details.
We call the macro view and the macro view and the micro view.
It's quite amazing.
Yes, because it's not amazing. This is what we are paid to do. This is what we have been here for so many years.
So you're looking at economic situations
Yes.
Like now with the pandemic, for instance, everybody is going out to buy sanitizers, and surely we want the air to be clean. So industries like that must be increasing in
So you
value.
see,
I mean, is this what you're saying?
let
To
me
be
bring you
looking
back
at
to the
things this
reality.
way and this way and this
Let me
way?
bring you back reality. Exactly. So we are the people that
It's
look
cute.
this way, this way. So
Yeah,
whenever people say I can
I
do it
get it.
myself, I want to laugh because every day it doesn't mean the amateur view is this. Please let me reiterate. The
Yeah,
amateur view is this. Oh, market's dropping, stay away. Wrong. Wrong.
yeah.
Market's dropping, stay away. No.
So
To
there
us,
are pockets. There are pockets to
yes, there are
maneuver
pockets of
in
wealth.
and to grab the goodies.
Yes. So if the market is going up all the time, it's boring. It's boring because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a challenge. In this falling market, there are opportunities. But you, as a retail investor, if you get scared and say, I don't want to trade anymore, we can't help you.
It's not an all or nothing thing.
No.
It is so many aspects to look
repeat
at.
this. Yes, it is not an all or nothing thing. It is not that market's dropping nothing.
Yeah.
Market's going up, going by. The
Well,
bad habit
it's
we've
like
seen
everything is bad. The pandemic, the technology, the hyperinflation. So stay away. I'm too scared. And you get frozen.
I'll give you another free tip. Last night, we took profit on our Occidental Petroleum massive position. Because market is dropping, we said, okay, we'll take profit and then buy again at lower levels. And this morning, Saudi Crown Prince said, the futures, oil futures market not reflecting the physical tightness in the physical oil market. And boom, Brent crude went up $4 a barrel.
So are you saying, can I take you to say that there are lots of opportunities for profit making?
There's lots of opportunities of profit making. It depends what is your risk appetite. We're back to square one again.
Okay, worst case scenario, if we put in 100,000 and if we were to fail, our worst case scenario is what?
So your fail is all a 20 to, I make it worse, 20 to 30% paper loss, not realized loss.
The period of?
For a period of 12 months.
The worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, 20 to 30% paper loss for 12 months.
Which can be made back.
Paper loss, not realized loss.
Which can be made back.
Which can be made back as the situation improves.
But because you have to be pretty out of it to make that loss.
I tell you what we're doing. We're being very nimble here. We trade every day, every single hour. Where we are like hawks looking at the opportunity. And that's one thing, I must say this. There's one thing that no banker, no trader, no professional knows. That is, will inflation drop from here or will it go up again? No banker, no trader, no professional can tell you this. Okay? But we can remain nimble on our feet and act whenever there's some clue of inflation dropping.
So you're riding the wave.
Yes, you're riding the wave. So to do that, don't tell me, please, that you can do it yourself, because you can't. This is not a job you can do yourself. I'm sorry.
So what makes you different from a bank, Ashwin? Why would I not put my money in a bank?
Because honestly, we wake
up. Firstly, the bank doesn't take your money. It's so little, 100,000.
Secondly, it's not easy to get when you want to do something with the bank, the execution process takes 1 to 2 days.
Yeah.
Let me repeat, we act in minutes and seconds. Now, we bought Occidental Petroleum when we got the whiff, for example, giving a real life example here. We bought Occidental Petroleum through our private clients, and our private clients get to buy the stock at 5% below market value. If you're interested in that kind of arrangement, you need a minimum of $3 million. So our private clients bought Occidental Petroleum at below $60. Listen to this. Warren Buffett's price was also below $60. We bought the same price as Warren Buffett. Last Friday, Occidental Petroleum went up to above $71 a share because Warren Buffett got the permission from the government to buy 50% of Occidental Petroleum. What do you think happened to our clients? We have bought the share at the same price as Warren Buffett, and we took profit. We made close to 20%. So this is what we are here for. This is what you pay us for. And like I was saying earlier, this kind of strategy, 3 million minimum. And our clients get to buy top class stocks, including things like Apple, but at 5% below market value. If you're interested in that kind of thing, you can contact us. So I'm just giving you a glimpse that, you know, opportunity is everywhere. It only depends on what kind of risk you're prepared to take. Like I said, worst case scenario, 20 to 30% paper loss in 12 months. What you scared is paper loss, not realized loss. And secondly, we have an index strategy. Forget stocks, forget physical stocks, forget individual stocks. We have an index strategy that makes you money whether market goes up or down. That's a different strategy. Now, in 100, 1,000 investment, we look at all these things. And then we have high frequency trading, where we take these pockets of wealth in the small, interesting companies, and we make money on a weekly basis doing high frequency. Our Occidental Petroleum was a high frequency trade.
I cannot think of anyone who does what you do, Ashwin. So this is a unique opportunity for our viewers. How do we contact you? Because I think I would suggest that those who are interested have a chat with Ashwin so that you can customize your portfolio, your profiles according to your risk, appetite and so on. How do we contact you, Ashwin?
Before I tell you that, I've got two things to tell everyone watching this video. Never be afraid of a falling market and volatility. Okay? Because there is seriously money to be made when situation like this.
If you are supported by an expert, if you are guided by an expert.
No, if you don't get scared and say, I want to stop trading. Because trading, please, it's not a magic wand. It's called risk management. If you cannot, first of all, if you cannot be emotionally stable when a market drops, how can you manage your risk? I ask this question from everyone who has got 100 to 200,000. If you cannot manage your emotional state, Jesse, you're a coach. If you cannot manage your emotional state in the market, how are you going to manage your risk? And that is why, I'm sorry to say this, that is why, because retail investors can't manage their emotional state, that is why they end up losing money.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, but the rich are making money. Because the rich are able to manage their emotional state.
Their relationship to money and time and other people.
Yes, that's another thing altogether.
Yeah.
When the market drops, do not get scared. There's money to be made. Now, secondly, I'm giving everyone a preview. We haven't unveiled this yet. We're going to unveil this at the end of this week or maybe early next week.
Really?
When you said the help of a professional, we are going to come out with a new concept meant only for people who are emotionally stable and sophisticated investors. Sophisticated investors
wipes many people out.
Sophisticated investors means emotionally stable and sophisticated investors who can have an AUM or committed capital of about 250,000 US. Now, the good thing is this. We will give these 5 people only, 5 candidates only, the taste of what private client service is like. But the minimum is only 250,000. Our private client...
Wow! You're kidding!
Amazing, yes. Our private client
for 5 million, you shrunk it to 250?
For 3 to 5 million, we shrunk it to 250,000.
Wow!
And guess what? The entrance fee for this is the same 5,000 for 12 months.
You're kidding. Christmas come early?
All we need from you is committed capital of 250,000 US, $5,000 entrance fee.
I want to do a separate show on this.
Private client service, okay? And only 5 people. I'm saying only 5.
I'll do a separate call for you on this, Ashwin. I really want to know more about this. This is amazing. This is like Christmas come early.
Why are we doing this? Because we want the retail to taste what is private client service our way.
Wow. Thanks for that. How do we contact you, Ashwin?
My email is ashwin@ppchk.net. On WhatsApp is bit.ly/algotrader. And YouTube, bit.ly/algowealth.
I would really suggest that viewers go to the YouTube and watch Ashwin's channel, because you have a wealth of financial investing advice.
Free.
Free. Yes. And he's been spot on. If you just track it back, you'll notice that he's been spot on all his calls.
Like I said again, trading is all about risk management. If you're going to panic and say stop trading, then you're going to miss the boat, because there's no such thing as markets dropping, I stop trading.
Yeah.
I repeat, market dropping,
Yeah.
stop trading, that's the biggest mistake. Because the biggest mistake I've seen my Asian clients make, they buy when the market's going up. And that is the biggest no-no. They buy only when the market's going up. Let me tell you something. That is an amateur way of doing things.
I tell you, I've made all the mistakes, and I am so glad I'm working with you right now.
No, I'm not here to put anyone down. We are trying to say that when market drop, there is opportunity, but can you handle it? Because if your emotional state is panic, you will say stop trading, and then we can't do anything. We are not magicians, but we can tell you where the opportunity lies when the market drops.
Okay, Ashwin, that's all the time we have for you today. I'm going to do another call to hear all about that new offer that
it's called. Let me make it. It's called the Alpha Circle.
Okay, wow. All right, so I'm going to call you back to talk about just that.
Thank you.
So I hope the viewers would tune into that program as well.
Thank you.